not spoiled it, but you know.
Yeah, why are you Googling stuff? Why are you looking
I'm not
stuff up?
Googling, bro. I'm just on Warhammer Community.
Why would you do that? A fool. Nah, of course I get a phone call now.
Of course.
1 sec.
Let me see. Let me pull up my stream on my phone so I can look at Chud. So I'm gonna look at Chud. So I'm gonna look at Chud. Six, 7. I'm sorry. Posts live. Oh, can I not look at my live? Is my live not on?
My fucking dad isn't answering his phone. My fucking mom keeps calling him. Typical. I gotta go.
So typical.
Yeah, I gotta go run to the other room. Give me a minute.
Alright. Alrighty, well, we are waiting for the stream to start. I'm just looking at my phone here for chat. You know what, I might go grab a little drink so we can enjoy ourselves while we watch this stream. You can theorize about what we got here. We obviously have some stuff we already knew about. We got some Space Marines over here on the right. Looks like, yeah, OCR Bone Reapers for Sigmar. We got some sort of tank for Heresy, I'd bet. We'll see. Alright, I'll be right back.
He's asleep. Typical.
Guess who's back? It's me. Alrighty. This. Boom. Let's get out from underneath my chair. You two can get on my trash back here. That there. Put that down. Hello?
Yo. I'm here.
Alright, good to know. Give me some water. Got a Topo Chico. I'm on my sparkling water. Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi. Starting. Oh wait, can I get this to full screen? Yeah, we'll just sit on the starting soon then. Oh yeah, baby, that's the stuff, baby.
You're not live. You have to hit the. You're not.
What do you mean?
Bottom. You're like 15, 20 seconds behind, I think.
Bro, that's just the way it's gonna be, I think.
Or just hit the fucking live button, bro.
What are you talking about? Hit the live
Move
button.
your mouse. Move your mouse on the fucking Warhammer stream. Bottom left. Hit live.
Oh. There we go. Do we have any chatters? Any chatters in the chat?
Your chat. Why do I beat this man up?
Chud, do I beat this chud?
Do I beat him in an honorable duel? Oh fuck, goodbye.
Oh, did you just crash in War Thunder?
No, I'm in a fucking tank battle, and
Did you get a penetrating hit?
No, the problem is I'm not getting penetrating hit. Okay.
Bro's glancing. Bro's not rolling on the damage table.
No, the fucking shells which are shattering on this dude's hull.
Oh. Still. Bro's not rolling on the damage table.
My fault, bro.
Bro's not getting a crew stunned result. Bro's not getting an explodes.
Yes.
You don't even know what I'm talking about.
Stalin.
That is not what I was talking about.
I'm talking about Joseph Stalin, premier of Russia.
Yeah, you know what? That's
Premier
fair. Dishonorable duels are more funny. It's kind of fun throwing sand into people's eyes and then like stomping on their heads, you know, type shit.
Type she.
Type shit. See, if you don't add the T on the end, it's not a curse.
Type she. Hold up.
Hold up.
This man is oh god, hurt himself. Hurt him.
That's
hurt him.
Bro. That's legitimately.
Tear his skin off his head. Tear his skin off his head.
Cleanse him. Cleanse him.
Rip his face off.
Yeah, actually, valid. Oh, just a few more minutes now. Sorry, I'm just making sure my phone will stay on.
I should make sure his phone stay on so he have that one extra Twitch viewer.
No, I have it on my YouTube so I can read my chat, my chud.
Your chat.
Yes.
Yeah, chat, you hear that, brother? He's calling you chuds. What are you chuds gonna do about it?
I'm such a fat chud.
Yeah, that fat dog. Such a fat fucking.
Oh yeah, rage baiting my fat dog, legendary.
Rage baiting my fat fucking chud.
Wow, that's beautiful right there.
Thank you. I'm a lyricist by trade. A Logan Ghost by heart.
Yeah, quite. Starting soon.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Is it,
bro. It is, actually. Get it right.
Okay.
Don't question me again.
He has me held hostage in his basement.
I do that sometimes. On occasion, as my hobby. I just hopped out on the highway.
Or should I just pop the perky?
Oh no. Where'd that? This isn't the shoulder pad I was looking for. Fuck. Pardon my French.
Building?
Huh?
I'm building stuff right now.
No, but one of my Havocs, their shoulder pad came off, so I want to reattach it when I get the chance.
Yeah. Okay, Chud.
Oh, the music got scary. Hopefully this time around we won't have the technical difficulties they had last time where we had to stop watching the stream for like 10 minutes.
When did this happen?
The last reveal show,
Awesome.
which was what? It was like... I don't remember what it was. It was like the one before when they revealed all the Xenos stuff and Titus and all that. Right? Yeah. I'm pretty sure at least. Oh boy, that music sure is hopping.
Is it the...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They're really blasting the music for nothing happening.
The sound guy got executed last reveal show.
Yeah, bro, they had their audio was really messed up for the first like 10 minutes, so they took him out back. They all yelled at him. Pow!
Yeah, they struggled to find a replacement. It's not like a, it's not like a Chinese factory where they just like shit out a new baby and put him in the fucking chair.
Wow, that's insightful right there.
Family Guy reference, yeah, it's a Family Guy reference.
It's a Family Guy reference.
I seem to have stuck my hand to the piece of fabric.
I appear to have burst into flames. Wow, I just realized. I have this mini right here that I'm holding, and its base is from 1992.
Ah.
It's an old Eldar Ranger.
GW and Space Marines haven't had something in like 5 minutes. Replace him!
Yeah, we ready for the next Calgar? Calgar on bike. Calgar in Phobos armor. Calgar in on jump pack.
On Calgar.
Calgar on Calgar. Calgar on
Calgar
Jagatai
violence.
Khan. He's just riding Jagatai Khan like a bike.
Jesus.
That's all you're getting, White Scars players.
I'll be happy.
Yeah, I mean, they got Subadin. Subadin Khan.
That's not enough for them, yo. Greedy.
Yeah, they want their Jagatai. They want him out the webway. Little do they know, he's actually just been turned into a Dark Eldar piece of furniture.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, cruel world.
He killed his teammate.
Friendly fire.
No, I was in their spawn because I can just go in their spawn, right?
Yeah,
A guy spawned on me. I was like he was doing circles around me because I couldn't hit him. And the dive bomber just like his teammate fucking tried to dive bomb, dropped a bomb in between us and killed us both.
Yeah.
We hit that friendly fire button. He said, "Fuck it, both of y'all done."
Scorched earth type policy.
Yes.
Oh.
But I realized he hated both of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He's like, "I'm an equal opportunity hater."
Yes, I am.
Those who know, I guess.
Those whose knows.
Just knows who those.
Yes. We got a special guest on camera.
Who?
Daisy.
Oh, I'm not on the actual stream, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm utilizing your slave labor.
Thank you. For the first time in 2B2T history, slave labor.
Slave labor.
Legendary audio, honestly.
Honestly, it is. It's fucking beautiful.
I like how that guy forgot his YouTube password and struggled to get it, like a new password made for it for like a year and a half.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure. He came to his community post after not posting, and he's like, I finally have access to my YouTube account again.
Insane.
YouTube was hating. Or it's about to start, methinks.
Would you not be hating?
Bro, no, I like that guy's videos. They're funny.
Oh no, they're good, yeah.
They're informative.
But would you not be hating?
No. I'm a lover. I'm not a hater.
This is a lie. You're a certified hater.
Never.
I have proof.
I only hate things like Marvel Rivals. And let's be
I
honest,
agree.
who doesn't?
Yes. This is a true. This is a big if true.
Big if
This
big
is
and
This
true.
is a true of true.
True. Get this man a true.
Yeah.
Truth
Nah.
nuke.
Go to Austria. You're done.
Go to Austria.
Don't
I was
ask,
like,
don't
I
ask
was like-
questions.
I was like, take a nice vacation to Europe. That's what you're threatening
Yeah,
me with.
Yeah. I am, bro.
Yeah, fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair. Fair is
Those
fair.
who know, bro. Those who know.
It should start any
Those goes.
any snecking now.
Swore I just heard Nick in here, and that scared the shit out of me.
Nick jump scare.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, excuse me, I burped. This Topo Chico got me burping. Ah,
I want to hurt you.
why, bro?
Just for the things you say.
Bro, can I not? Is that like so wrong? Is what I said so wrong? Like, come on, let's be real. Let's be for real right now. Right now. Oh. Why did my media player just come up? Oh, hello everyone.
We're talking like they can hear him.
Yes, hello everybody. Hello Adam and Eddie.
Hello, Edward.
Eduardo. Squidwardo.
some Warhammer Age of Sigmar, a little of Horus Heresy, some new animation to have a look at, and some Blood Bowl. So it's a packed preview with a little bit of every corner.
Fantastic. We're joined by loads of you already in the chat on both YouTube and on Twitch. Thank you for coming and spending some time with us. We're going to wait a while before we jump into the first preview so that people continue to flood in.
Yeah, everyone to get in.
Everybody, it's nice to know where you're all from. So if you wouldn't mind just punching into the chat if you're in Twitch, we'll be following.
I'm from Arizona.
Monitoring the questions and making sure that Eddie and I get fed the right information to let us know where you're continuing from. While you do that, maybe you can talk about what we've been doing hobby-wise. I have been doing some hobby. Here is my latest offering. I've been doing Angels of Death Guilty for Guilty. Dark Angels of Mud.
Yeah, very, very chud.
Hurt him.
That's the main thing. What about you?
Well, I've been painting an even better chapter, the Spaceballs.
Furry, all day.
Yeah, actually.
ChatGPT, human. ChatGPT, generate me a chud who likes Warhammer.
Let me see if I can alter that. Hold on, is this in max volume? Yeah.
You don't have the browser extension for...
Make it louder.
Yeah, it's like the volume control extension or whatever.
No, but hold on, let me go to this.
France is not real.
And a couple of it seems as far flung as the upside down land of Australia. So well done for Iron Man here and staying up all the way. Lovely to have you all here. If you are tuning from other places and you want to join in
Full screen theater. Hold on, I gotta check my volume mixer. Oh wait, here we go.
Why not drop onto those handles and join in the conversation?
Holy fuck,
in your own language,
bro
if you
knows.
like.
Those who know.
Perfect. One of the things that we'll be doing, I mentioned previously, is
That should
we'll be
help
keeping
with
an
the
eye on
stream
Twitch
audio.
stream. If you want to ask a question, type the word question in block caps and then write your question afterwards, and we'll try and filter through and cover some questions about.
Yeah,
the things
that
we're
seems to
showing
bring it up
to make sure that
more
you get
to
the
my
answers that you
level.
need.
Yeah, we'll try and tell you all the important stuff, but there might be some things that you really, really, really want to know, and if anything like that.
Yeah, I would suggest keeping it about the releases.
Oh yeah, not just generally,
don't
not just like,
mad
you know,
stuff, 'cause
how big is a blue whale, that sort of stuff.
Exactly, and there's only so
Specifically
much.
about Warhammer.
Yeah, there's only
Yeah.
so much time in the world, right? We reckon we'll be here probably for the next hour and a quarter or
Something
so.
like
It
that,
just
yeah.
depends how fast we talk and how much stuff we show, and there is a lot. We've already told people what we're going to show. We've already done the introductions. People know how to
Alright,
ask
here we go.
questions. I think it might be time
think it
to
might
go
be time to
to
start.
our first reveal. Let's go to the grim darkness of the Dark Millennium.
There's Uriel and Huron. Oh wow.
That chaplain thing was, yeah.
Yeah.
character.
I knew it would be a Torellian dog soldier. Oh, and here's the... Is that an upgrade sprue, maybe?
Didn't they reveal these like 2 months ago?
Huron got revealed on Christmas Day, dude.
A month ago. A month and a half.
Oh, that's a new... I thought that would be a new Viper, but it's a new, like, thing. And also, yeah, that's definitely a new unit for the... Or is it a new is it a new upgrade sprue? I guess we'll find out at the end.
What a way to kick off.
Or they're going to go into more detail here.
Incredible releases, all themed around the Maelstrom. Eddie.
I like that
Eddie
Mortal
started
guy.
this.
This is a fairly sizable release for Warhammer 40,000, and 2 armies are getting a lot of new plastic miniatures. Chaos Space Marines and the forces of the Eldar.
I love that
Start
Fallen Chaplain.
on the
And that
design
Sorcerer, too.
side of things. This is Huron Blackheart and the Masters of the Maelstrom. We knew, of course, that Huron Blackheart was on his way. We suspected there might have been some other Corsairy-looking things along with him, but we can now reveal that he is on his way as part of a character box set, not unlike the Titus box set we saw released over recent
I love his axe.
and it is a phenomenal set of miniatures, starring, of course, Huron Blackheart.
Everybody
We've seen
thinks
this guy
he's
before a
Titus.
little bit, but just a reminder for those of you who might not have seen him already.
It's always nice to look at the Tyrant of Adab, the master of the Red Corsairs. There he is with his little demonic helper.
I do really like how they dialed up how...
Showing what happens when
I mean, that's what would happen if you got hit with a Melta Bomb. You would just be horribly disfigured.
The Star Phantoms chapter. Yeah, he doesn't come alone, as you mentioned.
How would you know,
there
bro?
is a swathe
I
of-
do that on the reg. On the
Stolen
reg.
Valor. Stolen Valor. Bro's never been hit by a Melta Bomb.
First up would be Gary.
Yeah, we have seen Gary on already. He's on the
Lord
thumbnail.
Apothecary of the Red Corsairs. He was the apothecary.
I do love that
in
model
the
as well.
Astral Claws, the chapter that was.
Guys,
And
no
as part
one
of
asked for
Huron's,
this, guys.
machinations to sort of
Should actually shut your
play about
gob.
with their gene seed and evade the gene seed tide,
That's
which is
naughty.
the
People aren't
whole
real.
problem
They
that
can't
kicked off
hurt
the
you.
Fourth Quadrant Rebellion in the first place.
And the rest is history.
Yeah,
I don't care who
so,
the Administratum
So
sends.
we'll
I'm
talk
not
about
paying
how he
taxes.
plays, in games, obviously, he is kind of not really got the best interest at heart of the Red Corsairs that he battles alongside. You can see a Red Corsair on the base there, probably
clutching the apron awkwardly.
Yeah, he's not going to get the medical attention that he's particularly looking for. He has a special rule basically where if a Red Corsair unit near him is at half strength, he can have a command point because he's halving the gene seed and that's what he's looking for. He could
Oh,
also
so I
bring
wonder if
models
these guys
back
are
to-
actually going to be individuals instead of just like the Wardens of
So,
Ultramar.
Huron and his retinue are a little bit more durable.
Not the battlefield medic that the Red Corsairs might want, but definitely the one they deserve. Next up in line is Qatar Garrix, who is the headsman of the Red Corsairs.
He looks properly
Huron Blackheart's
demented.
Personal executioner, and he comes appropriate enough from the execution.
Do you expect
chapter,
anything less?
One of those chapters swept.
Oh, he's from
the
Executioners.
Fourth
Okay,
Rebellion
that makes sense.
and
I mean, he
part
looks
of the
fucking
War.
sick. Like, that's
He
such a
signed
sick
on
model.
permanently
Yeah.
with Huron Blackheart after the events of that, and now serves as kind of like a warning to any Red Corsairs that might want to step out of line. His presence on the bridge of a vessel will quell even the smallest rumour of insurrection.
Yeah, I think if you turn up with the heads of the previous 7 people who had insurrections, that certainly sends a message, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
In game terms, no massive surprises that he is very good at killing enemy characters. He has precision and anti-character on his weapons, which is pretty good.
Nice, and he just looks incredible. Really grim and foreboding character.
I like his armor a lot. Obviously, Corsairs aren't as chaosy as others, so it's nice to see a
He just looks like a
more strained.
chaplain.
And if you had Mantis Warriors in
Oh
2020,
he looks like a kind of. You honestly, if I didn't know it was a Chaos, I would just assume that was like a Blood Angels chaplain, or like a Blood Angels successor, one of their chaplains.
With the Red Corsairs, and he is known as the
Yeah,
Tyrant's
fair
Witch.
enough. At a glance.
Just like some fucking weird one, maybe like a little.
I do really like
And
this
he
guy.
uses his powers to sort of corrupt the minds of
Who
those
thinks he's
around him.
Thousand
There's
Sons?
stories of him
Much better than
of,
the current sorcerer
gun decks
model.
against their allies and firing salvos at supposedly friendly ships. And he's kind of like Huron's spy master and manipulates all of the sort of schemes around.
There's a lot of schemes
Huron.
if you're a pirate to keep track of.
Well, I
aren't there?
imagine
This
so,
kinda
right?
helps you out.
He's also got a really cool helmet, and the rumour is he hasn't taken it off for more than a decade, and maybe he's hideously mutated underneath.
Could be. He's got some really pasty rules. In
Bro thinks he's going to Rotterdam.
He has
My
a
brother in
precision
Christ.
psychic attack that is D6+1 damage, which
Nice.
means you can basically pick out enemy characters in units and just
And whiff on the wound or hit roll.
launch them out of reality.
Fantastic. Yeah, another great Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine, I suppose, within Huron's retinue. The next model is Immortal, and is the captain of the Reign of Spite. This is
Oh, the peg leg.
She was
That goes
once
crazy.
an Imperial Navy commander from the Solar Segmentum fleets. Incredibly well placed within the noble houses, long lineage and dynasty behind her. She was politically outmaneuvered once she was injured, and while she was convalescing, sort of her position and station were taken from her. In revenge, she essentially orchestrated the handover of an entire naval dockyard and its ships and crews to a pirate fleet. I wonder whose.
Very piratey.
Exactly, and now she serves on one of
That's
the
a great model.
biggest
That really is a good
battlefields
model,
on
I
fleet,
think.
where she oversees a lot of his operations. She also joins the battlefield sometimes, which is why she's on this command desk here.
Yeah, I think this is my favourite model from this box set.
It's really good.
It's really, really fun. It's like a nice, characterful diorama piece. The thing that she's floating around on actually is something that she uses during boarding of enemy ships. So it's effectively like a mobile command dais, but she can plug it into the command stations of enemy ships once they've been boarded to take it over.
Yeah.
So she's all in pirate.
You can imagine all the mechadendrites underneath. You can imagine them slotting into all the ports in a plundered ship, and then suddenly all of those data slates behind her come alive with all the information you need to essentially steal an entire battleship.
I like the little bird skulls on the shoulder as well. I like to imagine one of those was a parrot.
There you go. Yep, very practical. Fantastic model and
Yeah,
really
no,
exciting
that's
addition. The next one, maybe even stranger, and a lot of people have been trying to guess what this
Yeah,
means.
dog soldier. I knew
That's
it.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
If you did, well done.
Fucking
This
crocodile-
is a Tyrellian
crocodile
dog
and
soldier
dog.
known as the Enforcer.
Yeah,
He's,
they're crocodilian, but they're
essentially
called dog soldiers.
Warrior that Huron sends out to hunt down those.
Wait, would you also call the fucking dude a dog soldier?
Yeah, it's a Tyrellian dog soldier. That's the name of the species.
Reneging on deals,
Oh,
and so the
wow.
Enforcer hunts them down relentlessly. She'll go as far as it takes to do so, and she takes.
Oh, it's a
them
she.
and plunder,
Sorry.
Which is the canine-ish, canid-looking
Yo,
creature.
it's not your fault, bro.
That
I
is,
also
if you're
didn't know that.
wondering, An adolescent Barghisi.
If it makes you feel better, bro, I didn't know either.
Because in Warhammer 40,000 there's a thing called the hyper-violent Barghisi, which is a appeared a couple of times in our lore. This is what they look like before they are big enough to be called hyperviolent. When she first met it, it bit her arm off, which is why she's got that unusual bionic sort of fist thing that you can see there. Now it serves essentially as her little hunter killer.
Hunter killer
keep an eye
missile.
on it because they're prone to spates of really rapid growth, and eventually it will become too big to manage. And rumours of Barghisi like devastating entire spaceports like run rife. So she will eventually have to take it to the Warhammer 40,000 equivalent of the woodshed.
Or the space farm.
Oh yeah, we're a happy ending for everybody in the grim darkness of the far future.
I think what this miniature does in terms of like telling you about the story of Huron and
Yeah, it's just cool to see, you know,
indicating that not only
mercenaries.
you've got like renegade Chaos Space Marines and humans, you also have alien pirates and bounty hunters and all the kind of ne'er-do-wells and piratical forces from the whole region gravitating towards the Maelstrom. So it's not just about Chaos Space Marines. He is the master of this enormous pirate empire within the Maelstrom.
Absolutely, yeah. The forces at his disposal are vast, and if you want to resist the sort of oppressive regime, as they would call it, of the Imperium or other places,
Huron's a friendly
then
guy.
Maelstrom might be the place for you, and I'm sure he's a very kind-hearted leader. Speaking of Huron Blackheart, he does not come alone. The Masters of the Maelstrom are joined by this box set. Everything you see here comes in a big box called the Lords of the Maelstrom.
Legionaries,
It's essentially
Terminators,
part of a Red
Trader
Horse
Guardsmen.
army. It's got
New
loads
units.
of great models in it, including some brand new ones. Let's take you through what you can see in here.
Yeah, so some of these
Raiders.
all of these
Oh, look at that Mark 7 helmet.
separately. Some of these are old miniatures with upgrade
That's
kits,
cool,
some of them are
dude.
brand
Fuck,
new
man.
miniatures. These are Raiders. They are a brand new miniature set. These are effectively
sexy.
the elite of
Yeah.
the Red Corsairs. They sit somewhere between Legionaries and Chosen in terms of power and hierarchy, and they are
Ooh,
the
they look
veterans
good.
of the Badab Wars and the various different conflicts within the Maelstrom. As far as in-game, they are a really useful little unit. They have infiltrate.
That's what I was hoping
3
for.
wounds each. They have a really respectable combat stat line, and they've also got things like melter guns and power fists and stuff that you can put into the unit. So a really useful.
Chaos Space Marines didn't have an
They're not
infiltrator
just,
before.
Great in terms of game rules, but also the models are fantastic, right? This is the
Brute aura.
personification of what it means
Truly.
to be a renegade Chaos Space Marine. You're existing outside of the structures of the these mighty Space Marine legions. So a lot of their war gear looks scavenged, and the plate armor and so on is sort of cobbled together. They've got lots of trappings on them from
The
various
Mark
types
6
of
helmet.
enemies.
All their helmets look
It's
so
really quite
sleek.
exciting to see these.
Lots of them have got like pelts of wild animals or
Yeah,
coarse
absolutely.
hair, as I like to call it.
Oh, good, very good. There's more within this box set. Next up, you can see the Chaos Terminator squad. These are the Chaos Terminators that you already know and love if you're a Chaos Space
I do
player.
love them.
The difference here being they have new sculpted detail shoulder pads, which
Do you,
are
bro?
included within this
Do you,
box
bro?
set.
Yeah,
so
upgrade
essentially,
sprue for the
you can
Corsairs.
tailor them to look like their Corsairs. Obviously, Chaos Terminators are fantastically useful if you're living your life via the medium of shipboarding actions. and
Yeah,
so on.
there's quite a lot of Chaos Terminators that show up in some of the Red Corsair
Oh.
Black Library stories as well.
Yeah.
So there's
Corsairs
some
do look so
different ones
cool.
in it. I think they look great in red and black as well.
It's
don't
a
they?
really striking
It's
colour
a good
scheme.
colour scheme.
Yeah, absolutely. Similarly, you have the Legionaries. This is the same kit that you might be used to from the other Chaos Space Marine legions. And again, there's upgrades that tailor them towards looking like Red Corsairs. So you've got these fantastic Red Corsair shoulder pads, and then you've got some other details as well. We'll show what they look like in a moment. But you've got like heads.
Oh, that's a new
and,
chainsword, I think.
some,
There's like ammo belts,
extra
aren't there, and
bits and pieces.
trophies.
Yeah, new
Oh, there we go.
chainsword.
There we go.
Perfect.
That is the whole upgrade kit. So you can see there you've got the Terminator shoulder pads. You've got the shoulder pads that fit Legionaries, but they'll also fit anything in that kind of like
Yeah,
side
absolutely.
of armor. If you want to have some like Raptors or something, you could do those too. You've got some really cool unhelmeted heads
I think
there.
the head's the most exciting.
The heads are
bit for
cool,
me
yeah.
out
I mean,
of
it's
this.
all
They're
good,
really
isn't it? And then there's some big transfers as well. So if you want to have like Rhinos and Land Raiders and Dreadnoughts and things that have
New
appropriate
updates.
items.
I do like to see these, of
Yeah,
course,
what
for
you need in
Chaos.
Transfer Sheet is way more than you need to do just the models that come in the set. So if you're looking to build a big Red Corsair force, well, you'll be able to. Right, that was all pretty exciting, but it's not done. There's also the Trader Guardsmen. These are the exact Trader Guardsmen you know and love. They're just in red and working for the Red Corsairs, and they kind of exemplify all of those people that flock to Huron's banner and sort of try and survive.
I do like the
outside
Trader
of
Guardsmen. It's a fun kit.
The Atom of the Time and the Imperium at large.
That's fair. And we've got one more miniature, I think. for the
Yeah,
Red
and
Corsairs.
so bringing up the rear is actually my favourite model out of this lot.
Ooh, I do.
The Reed Captain really just.
That's where that
shows
Room
what
Ranger
it
was
means
from.
To be a renegade Chaos Space Marine, just a fantastic model. He's a multi
Oh.
kit, but the one right in the centre is the one that really
Wow.
gets me.
Yeah, I mean, that is such an awesome.
Plunder. He's picked up bits and pieces from lots of battles. And just looks incredible. It's quite good in the game, right?
Yeah, so there's loads of options on the kit to start with. So this is a multi-part plastic kit. You've got a choice of 2 different combat weapons. They've got different stats in the game. You've got a sword and you've got a mace. You can have a plasma pistol if you want him to have, or you can have a bolt pistol. He is a very good addition to your army. He is a Reeve captain. So I suppose might indicate that he's either maybe a veteran of the Astral Claws, maybe one of the previous captains, or maybe someone who's risen through the ranks of the Red Corsairs since. So he is somewhere thereabouts of Chaos Lord level in terms of his abilities. He is a little bit less fighty than a Chaos Lord, but he brings more to the table in terms of abilities that you can give to your unit. He has Infiltrate, which means that he's a great addition to some of those Red Corsair squads we talked about before. So he can be right up in the enemy's face early on in the game. He can also give you loads of abilities when you charge into close combat, and you've got lots of stuff across the Chaos Space Marine Codex that allows you to have things like run and charge, so they stack really nicely with those. So you can get an extra point of strength, an extra point of AP, and re-rolling charges with this guy.
That's pretty good.
Unit, which might be infiltrating right up in your enemy's face.
It's so clean now.
It is a sick model.
And worth saying as well, with all of the stuff that we've just talked through there, you can absolutely do this as a Red Corsairs army if you want. If you want to go all in for Huron Blackheart and go with the red and black of that force, you can, or you can add these into any other Chaos Space Marine army. So if you've got an existing Black Legion army and you want to sprinkle a little bit of Red Corsairs into it, or team them up with the Alpha Legion, you can absolutely do that.
Yeah, that's me.
Perfect. We are not even halfway done with the stuff for this Maelstrom section. We've talked about Huron and the Red Corsairs.
The Red Corsairs aren't that far off, like aesthetic-wise, from the core Chaos Space Marines.
Eldritch Raiders.
Oh my god.
Little bit of a lore.
Uriel looks so cool.
Prince Uriel is a renowned Eldari hero. He is the saviour of Craftworld Ianden when it was under attack from the Hive fleets of the Tyranids. And really,
so what we got: the Sky Reavers, New Psyker, Uriel,
range across the galaxy,
and then just those are the standard. Oh, wait, no, there's a new new captain on the left, I think.
Everything you see on here is included within it, and we'll take you through and have a quick look at all of those things.
The Sky
First out
Reavers.
the gates are the Corsair Sky Reavers.
Yeah, so this is a really useful little unit for Corsairs. You can include these in a Corsair army or in a entirely Craftworld army if you want to, and this is a really flexible, fast-moving unit. You can kit them out in all sorts of different ways. They come as standard with Corsair blades and Shuriken pistols, which is a great little kind of combo to pick on little isolated enemy units. But you've also got
Disruptor pistol, blaster,
weapons in the unit. So if you want to make them anti-infantry, you've got things like shredders and flamers. If you want to make them anti-tank, you can put fusion guns and stuff like that in the unit. And they've got a lot of movement abilities. They come with scout, deep strike, and a reactive move ability as standard, which means they're going to be very hard to pin down. So they've got a phenomenal kind of objective game.
Yeah, they really play into that sort of hit and withdraw aspect of the Eldritch Raiders that makes them famous. They're also a lovely callback to some very classic Rogue Trader era artwork. If you're of a certain vintage like me, you'll recognise it, and it feels quite nice to see that sort of imagery making it into the modern Warhammer 40,000 tabletop. In a similar vein, in terms of the flexibility and the way they fight, there's another unit within this set. You'll be familiar with them.
Yeah, Void Reavers, just the standard guys.
Over the last few years, these are the Corsair Void Reavers. So it's the same kit returned, and they'll be in this Eldritch Raiders box. Tell us about the Void Reavers, if you would.
Yeah, so the Corsair Void Reavers are your kind of line Corsair infantry. That's a really flexible kit. You can build them as either a kind of battle line version or as an elite version. They have loads of different weapon options, so they're one of the most flexible kits in Warhammer 40,000 in terms of the different range of stuff you can give them. You can make them very anti-infantry or very anti-character or very good at shooting or combat or taking out tanks or whatever you need, really. The bits in the kit are really interchangeable with the other new Corsair stuff that's on its way as well. So it was already a really flexible unit, and now it's even more flexible in terms of how you can build it. And if you are a fan of kind of kit bashing stuff together, this is a dream.
I thought that was a new model, but I guess it's just their fell arc.
All into battle, there are two heroes within the Eldritch Raiders set. The first of which is Karseth. Karseth is a Void Dreamer.
Yeah, their navigator.
I hear you ask. Well, a Void Dreamer is a type of Eldar Seer, and Karseth specialises in being able to sense the subtle fluctuations in the fabric of reality. So,
very
one
cool
of the gifts
model.
that Karseth has is to detect warp translations. Imagine that you come out of the warp with your fleet, and you're straight into the gun sights of the Eldritch Raiders sat waiting for you. That's quite the boon for Iriel and his team. Also, Karseth specifically coordinates the efforts of the Eldritch Raiders, making sure that they're all working in synchronicity and firing clearly. You can imagine them sort of speaking into the minds of the warriors and making sure that everybody's all on the same page.
Yeah, so a really useful unit in game terms as well. This is an Eldar Psyker and comes with a ranged psychic attack, like Psychic Storm style thing. But the reason that they really pop is the special rules that come with them. One of them is the ever useful ability to stop enemy units deploying within 12, so they can see the future, you can never catch them off guard, sort of thing. That's great to put on your backfield objective, or to just screen out large portions of the battlefield to stop things like Corsair Terminators teleporting behind you. That's not a thing that would be good for you. The other ability that they have is if you manage to hit an enemy unit with their psychic attack, all the rest of the Corsairs that fire into that unit hit with an extra point of strength. So it's a really good synergistic unit to help the rest of your Corsairs hit even harder.
Perfect. And of course, they are led by none other than Prince Iriel. Prince Iriel is the outcast Prince of Iandon.
Yeah, Iriel looks great.
Corsair fleet to deliver his craft world from annihilation once again by leading an army into the Maelstrom. He's equipped with the Spear of Twilight, a very famous weapon. It's extremely dangerous. He's on his eye. That bionic is called the Eye of Wrath. It's powerful in its own right. He's a devastating combat leader as well as an actual leader of warriors.
Yeah, so a really, a phenomenal miniature, right? Like, it looks really cool. It's definitely a great glow up, but it's still very recognisably the Prince Uriel that we know and love. In game terms, he makes a phenomenal either leader for a Corsair army, or you can put him into a standard Craft World force, and he has a very useful ability to redeploy some of your units before the game starts, and he also has some boosts to whatever unit he's joined. So just a really good all-round leader, and a combat stat line that punches up with some of the best of the Eldar heroes. He's got a really nice damage 3 weapon, which is a sweet
Spear of
spot
Twilight.
for a lot of the best units in Warhammer 40,000 these days, so he can rough and tumble with the best of them, really.
And he's got 2 banners, and banners are the best.
But that's how you know he's good, right?
Yeah,
Because
right.
it comes with 2 banners.
So, obviously, the other thing that you might have seen in that video and in the army shot that we saw was this. This is the Starfang. It is
New type of speeder type beat.
Eldari unit, which is designed to go alongside the Corsair Raiders as they fight. It's pretty good in its own right. Eddie, can you talk us through it?
I absolutely can. So this is a really useful little...
Kind of reminds me like a
unit.
star
So
speeder
first
with
and
the
foremost,
pilot
it has a
setup.
respectable amount of firepower.
Snow speeder, I
Its
mean.
firepower is geared to killing heavy infantry level stuff. So AP3, strength 6, 2 damage stuff. So it's a Space Marine killer in terms of its damage output. There's a disintegrator cannon you can see on the front of it there. But one of the other things it does for your army, which is really useful, is it can make one of your infantry units have stealth. So its grenade launchers can basically like cover the one of your infantry units in kind of cover and give them effectively makes them harder to hit, which is really useful because a lot of your army can be quite fragile.
Nice. One of the things that's really exciting about this is it is a twofer kit, as we sometimes call them. Essentially, the kit that's in the box, and eventually it will be available separately, also makes the Viper.
The new Viper.
Actually the name that the box will live under. This is a classic
Damn, that looks good.
vehicle, which has been around for 30 years or more.
I think it's longer than 30 years.
Oh, you aged me terribly. Yeah, this is classic light attack vehicle.
Beautiful.
2 crew,
Beautiful.
That turret on the back, and it's got a range of weapons available to it, right?
Yeah, so this is the updated Viper. It will be recognisable to anybody who's had a Viper in their army. It still retains a lot of the key features that you'll recognise, but some of the weapon options are a little more flexible than they used to be. It still has the option of things like Shuriken Cannon. You can have a Star Cannon on there. You can have a Bright Lance. Underneath the Viper, you also have the option now to put an Eldar missile launcher on it. So that gives you the potential to make it quite a good anti-tank unit. You can put 2 of these in a unit, so you can imagine 2 Bright Lances, 2
missile launchers
shooting into something becomes quite formidable.
Oh.
Or you get it out for pretty good anti-infantry with Shuriken Cannons and Star Cannons and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so here we got a really good look at it in person on the desk. It is a fantastic looking kit.
Yeah.
It's got that classic silhouette that you expect. If you build it the right way, the turret has some play, so you can manoeuvre a little. This is an heavy metal painted one, and I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not going to fiddle with it too enthusiastically. And then, I guess the major difference is the sort of positioning of the turrets and the way they work. It's a really just a fantastic sort of innovation on a very classic design. The Viper's been with us for a long time.
Yeah, I mean the current Viper model is lovely, but it's definitely showing its age a little bit around the edges. So the crispness on the detail on this, some of the posability, the weapons and that sort of thing. The engines now match some of the things like the jet bike engine, so it fits really neatly and nicely into an Eldari army.
Inside the cockpit's detailed, so you can paint that and then seal the canopy in with the sort of like transparent plastic. And you've got options for the crew. This one with the The Starfang has sort of crew that look more sort of
Kind of Corsair
oriented,
yeah.
and then you've got the classic sort of Crafter helmets on the Viper that you can mix and match as you see fit. Really exciting. Where do you learn about all of these exciting
yes, the
Corsairs,
big box
both
set.
the Red Corsairs and the Eldritch Raiders? Well, of course, we need a book for that. And here we go. This is
there it is.
succinctly named Warhammer 40,000: The Maelstrom, Lair of the Tyrant, Into the Nightmare Realm. If you are familiar with Titus, which just released,
the artwork is so good.
This is a very similar idea. So it's 4 books contained in a slipcase that detail all of the events that we've talked about and the characters and things, and some brilliant new and exciting ways to play Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah, so there's quite a lot to go through here. Just like the 500 Worlds book we've just seen released, there's loads of good stuff in here. Lair of the Tyrant is your lore book, so this dives into the history and environments and all the locations within the Maelstrom in a level of detail that we've never seen before. We find out about the key planets within that region, the bits that Huron is in control of, the various different battles that are ongoing. It's definitely not a unified empire, right? There are lots of factions all playing for their part and trying to carve out their little pirate empires within the Maelstrom. It also tells you all about the Red Corsairs and particularly Huron's bodyguard and his retinue that follows him around, and Prince Uriel and his Corsairs as they battle against the Red Corsairs for dominance.
Yeah, each of these books does a slightly different thing. For example, Crucible of Champions is quite exciting because it is encourages you to sort of create your own heroes, stamp your own identity on them, which is a thing I love to do whenever I'm playing a game of Warhammer 40,000. I imagine the commander of my army is me, so that's very exciting. And obviously,
I think you'd make a great pirate.
Cooler than me because he's a Dark Angels company master normally. But you can sort of get different war gear and different special rules and all of that stuff to make really exciting and unique characters.
So that's like
and then use them in your games.
a Forge of Heroes
Yeah.
from Sigmar.
As you
That's
might
really
have
cool.
guessed, has some detachments in. So one of the things that's worth saying about this book is, much like will happen with the 500 Worlds Titus book, all of the rules that are for match play will also be made available online and in the Warhammer 40,000 app.
Yep.
You can also find them in print in Lair of the Tyrants, and there's some new detachments for Chaos Space Marines, as you
And
imagine,
Eldar.
and for Eldari. So one of those detachments allows you, for example, to make a very heavily Corsair-themed Eldari force.
Who would have thunk it?
Raiden Ruin lets you put together campaigns that involve things like airship actions and stuff, so really exciting. Right, so this is not the only stuff that we've got to talk about with regards to the Maelstrom. We also have some new battalions. There's 2 of these. The first one is the Drukhari.
That's a lot of witches.
And it's packed full of, let's be honest, raiders. Who are
They love piracy. They were kind of the original Eldar pirates, the Drukhari here, and this is a very heavily witch-themed box. So if you're looking to start a Drukhari army and you've got an eye on the gladiatorial pits of Comora, this is a great place to start.
It includes a succubus, 2 venoms, 3 reavers, 5 hellions, and 10 witches. So loads of that witch-themed stuff that you were referring to before.
That's a good box.
Really good
Very good
bedrock
box.
for a new Drukhari army, or just the reinforcements if you're already deep into that collection. There's another one. This is the Leagues of Votan Battalion, and that includes the
bunch of Steeljacks
Strategists and 6 Ironkin Steeljacks for them to control and get the best out of, and then 3 Helmkin Pioneers to sort of range ahead of the army and scout ahead. And again, ideal for exploring the Maelstrom and bolstering an existing Leagues of Votan force if you want to.
And kind of a nod as well that a lot of the lore in this Maelstrom book is relevant to a big chunk of Warhammer 40,000. Like there are loads of people within the Maelstrom.
That's
carve
true.
out little mini empires. There's Orc freebooters and Drukhari and Leagues of Votan and all sorts of stuff.
And there's opportunities in there. It's like it's sort of untested.
For those
space.
with the will to claim it.
Exactly. So. Fantastic. So we have been keeping an eye on some questions, and I've got some that I will just quickly fire out here. So Prime Mod Hale asks, will Huron and his mates be available separately later, or will we be condemned to a character box?
So Huron is in the character box in the same way that Titus is. So there's 2 big boxes coming out initially for the Red Corsairs. One of them is the Red Corsairs Army, which is the Reeve Captain leading a force of Red Corsairs, and the other one is Huron and his bodyguard. Everything in the big battalion box will be available separately, but I think for the moment Huron's staying with his retinue.
Yeah,
absolutely. The next one is, can Huron's retinue join another unit?
I
think it's a unit in its own right and operates independently. That is a good question.
I don't think so.
Perfect. And then a question, I think, regarding the Viper from Jock 1420 is the turret interchangeable? I think if you built it carefully, you might be able to interchange the weapons. but I think once you've built the turret, that's your lot. So
I haven't built it, so I don't know for sure. You can certainly have a go. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep your questions coming in. We'll try and answer some as we go through. One last one from Apexipe. If I've said your name wrong, I apologise. And your question is, which factions can be played in the Maelstrom campaign? Absolutely loads of them. There's an enormous list which I won't go through, but it includes things like Blood Angel, Dark Angel, Space Wolves, Orcs, Reboots would be great in there. Loads of things. The idea is that you can get involved and have a bit of fun. So if you want to explore the Maelstrom in this terribly violent, chaotic environment,
of course,
this would be really good opportunity.
I'm quite sure that we will list the factions that you can use on Warhammer Community,
Yeah, absolutely.
so you can decide for yourself. I think it's almost everything in Warhammer 40.
Yeah, I would be surprised if we've left somebody out, to be honest.
Gene
Perfect,
Stealer
thank you
Colts,
very much.
maybe?
We should press on.
There is a little bit more Warhammer 40,000 later on.
Yeah, that's fair to say. We are about to go to Mortal Realms, but there's more Warhammer 40,000 later.
I think it's going to be the Iron Warrior stuff.
Mortal Realms now.
Could be.
Because in the teasers, there
No,
was
it's
a
just
guy.
a Nagash.
What? They said later, bro.
Nah, it's just Nagash, yo. He's
That's
a,
true. Nagash is an Iron Warrior. But they had that guy wearing the Iron Warrior pin.
in
Was it
that,
good?
the fucking video over there.
Yeah. Yeah, Bone Reapers is the Sigmar thing. I don't really like Bone Reapers, so. Yeah, I agree, Mr. Wyatt. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
the Bone Tides. We've seen some much desired
Bone Reapers.
reinforcements with this huge glut of models for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Eddie, let's talk about what we saw, I guess.
Yeah, so this is a fairly large drop of new miniatures
Absolutely.
for the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. A lot of these units fill a really nice
The
niche in
Ossiarch
the army
Bone
that
Reapers.
players have been looking forward to for a long
Jeez.
time. If we start with the
Oh,
Mortex Triaxes,
Nah,
we
never mind, I'm
saw
off, fuck
a
you.
Ossiarch with a bow quite a while back actually in a Warhammer Underworld Warband.
Canaan's Hunters, I think.
Absolutely, and I think way back then people were speculating. Of course, Nagash didn't make just one bow, right? That would be a really strange thing to have done. He did, in fact, make loads of bows, and he's given it to his phalanxes. And now you can have entire units of bowmen in your Ossiarch Bone Reapers army, and that does some really fun stuff for you in terms of how you might approach building an army. You can now make a very shooty death army, which has never really been an option before. You can imagine loads
The
of
shooty
things
death
backed
army.
up by your Mortex.
Yeah,
Warriors.
they're Alliance
the
Death,
shooting-
bro.
Dominate the shooting.
The shooty
Got
deathers.
some really
Yes.
tasty rules in game. They've got a very respectable damage output with 2 shots each and a point of rend in there. And one of the things to watch on them is those little braziers that follow the unit around.
Yeah, these are my favourite guys in the kit, really.
The braziers are cool, I like them.
And these are Balefire braziers.
These all look really good.
On the bottom of the screen right now.
Yeah, no, the Ossiarch have good models, but like, I don't know, elite skeletons is like an oxymoron to me. Like, those two things don't mesh.
Significant from my point of view is that that unit, while it's got that token on card,
I do like some of their monsters though, like the Gothazar Harvester
so
and
instead you take
things
that
like
token
that.
off. And I rely as my Stormcast Eternal player on like repairing damage to my unit, and so it's quite damning. In addition to it looking fantastic with those shooting faces in the flames.
Yeah, the models are very cool as well. I like the kind of one eye look that they've got as well. So obviously Nagash
Got like
forges.
a bonus eye in their forehead.
Yeah, well, but it's maybe not quite where you'd expect it to be. Maybe it's like right at the top of where you'd hold an arrow. I don't know if that makes you better at shooting an arrow.
Do they
but
even see through
I
eyes
don't know.
anymore?
Who
I
knows,
don't know.
right? So, but anyway, they're quite good at shooting. You'll definitely see some in Ossiarch armies, and you can do some very fun stuff with your.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up is another infantry unit for the army. These are the Mortis Reapers. They are dread assassins from the realm of death, and they use.
Remind me of like
as
Mandrakes a little bit.
The enemy, specifically.
The
enemy
Goon
heroes.
Assassins.
Yes, so this is a very useful unit for taking on enemy heroes and kind of those little isolated useful units like wizards and priests and stuff like that. They've got 2 things that help them out with that. They've got anti-hero on all of their weapons. They also have the ability to effectively teleport through pieces of terrain. So you can move towards the terrain feature, you can pick the unit up and you can redeploy it on the other side of that terrain feature. So you can catch out enemies that are trying to hide behind cover.
Well, it's a favourite tactic, right? You know,
Yeah.
park behind a piece of terrain and think you're safe, and these guys burst out the other side. That's quite nasty. And fantastic in terms of imagery. This is a very different look and feel to what we expect from the Ossiarch Bone Reapers, who are normally quite regimented and sort of militaristic.
Yeah, they used to sort of frowned upon within some of the Ossiarch circles, isn't it? Some of
It's not quite the way it should be done.
It doesn't seem like it's fair. Like they are all about rules, aren't they?
And their boss makes the calls. And
That's
like,
true.
Oh.
That's true. He's the boss.
What?
So, to lead these new infantry models into combat, we have a new hero. This is a
Just know I
new
fucking hate
Vortec.
you.
Alright.
A good.
Literally not even like for any reason. Like,
leader
it's just
to-
In general.
because you were here. Just because you were here.
Yeah.
No, it's like
So,
not even like for a
first and
reason. Just
foremost,
because you were
he
the
is
one person here.
useful to have an infantry hero. You can use him to wander around with your infantry phalanxes. He has a particularly cool little ability, which is that if he is in combat with an enemy unit and you activate him to fight, another unit nearby can fight or shoot into the same combat, and they get +1 to their hit rolls if they do. That stacks really nicely with that new archer unit, because effectively you can charge in with this guy, and then they back him up with a rain of arrows as he slams into the enemy forces. So it's
First just mumbling
He also
nonsense.
stacks really nicely with your phalanxes of
Who
spearmen
knows?
and line infantry within the Ossiarch. So just a really solid, dependable hero to put in the middle.
Yeah,
of the field.
if you're going for more tech guard and traxes and crawlers, you want a couple of these to keep everything operating at maximum efficiency. I think that +1 bonus on those to hit rolls is really, really great. Speaking of heroes, we also saw the Liege Cavalos on War Chariot. I feel like this is like something that Nagash dreamed and recalled from a world that was, back from ancient Nehekara with their, with everyone out with their chariots, and here we see a nightmare vision brought to the
It looks pretty cool.
Amazing.
Yeah, so the Ossiarchs are very much Nagash's idea of an ideal army. So
That's cool, bro. No one
obviously
plays this.
twisted through the
Ossiarchs?
filter of the god of death.
No, Age of
But
Sigmar.
these are very powerful units
Alright,
in the
bro.
game.
You don't even play 40k, so.
There's one that you can make into a hero
Yeah.
chariot, and there's also a kind of standard chariot. The hero
Those who
chariot
know, I
is
guess.
a really, really durable unit. They both are, but the hero one has 12 wounds,
That's a lot of
3
killing.
up save and a ward save. So even without being fast and having lots of other abilities, he's just really hard to kill and get rid of. But he stacks really nicely if you send him in alongside some chariots, because he's got some abilities that let them kind of grind into the enemy units even after they've charged in and done all their kind of damage and impact hits and stuff. You can keep just doing stacks and stacks and stacks of mortal wounds into enemy units.
Yeah, the idea here, I think, will generally be hammer and anvil strike, right? You use your undying legions to hold the enemy on the anvil and then just smash them away with the hammer of the cavalry units. And,
Yeah, I
chariots.
think all the stuff coming out for Ossiarchs just gives them loads of new options.
Options, yeah,
Because I think
totally.
there's been a couple of ways to play Ossiarchs for a little while now, but now you've got opened up a whole swathe of new things, right? So you could imagine armies that leaned really heavily into chariots and had death riders and stuff accompanying them.
Yeah.
You can imagine armies that lean really heavily into shooting. A combined arms list now looks really tasty. So there's loads of stuff that just opens up a new toolbox of stuff for Ossiarch armies.
Yeah, absolutely. What if you want to do something completely different? Well, we're releasing the Null Myriad Phalanx. This is the personal army of Arkan the Black, and it's an army of renown. So if you want to take Ossiarch Bone Reaper's army with a slightly different feel, essentially you don't have access to all of the units.
I do like those
You
flying
get
guys, the
distinct
Mordasts,
bonuses.
I think they're called. I like those
Arkan
guys.
And the wizards that accompany him get bonuses to make their spellcasting more effective and even better, and the whole army gets some arcane protection to sort of reduce the incoming magic that would come your way. And it's super thematic. Arkan's like one of the top wizards of death, right?
Yeah, he's also been part of Warhammer for
A very
I
long
think
time.
40 plus years at this point. So, but if you like magic and you like Ossiarchs and you want to just go all in for magic, this is one of the ways that you can do it. This is a great little box set to start. You can also just use this as the start of any
Oh my
Ossiarch
god,
army
why
as well.
did he gave himself that?
Huh?
There's another box set on
There
their
is,
way as
so
well.
died in this
here we have
game.
the
Oh, I
Heralds
see.
of the Bone Tithe, which is a regiment of
The
renown.
most heinous
Yeah, so
magic.
effectively, this
Yeah,
means
keep it to
you
yourself.
put, some
I
of your
will.
Ossiarch
I'll let you know
units
later.
into any other
All
different
right.
force. So if you have something like a Soulblight
Just
Grave
remind
army,
me.
or
I
a
will.
Not the captain.
Nighthaunt army, or a Flesh Eater Courts army, you can send some of Nagash's tax collectors along with your force, so that when the battle has
I
finished,
don't care who
the
Nagash
battle
sends,
will
I'm not
gather
paying my
those
taxes.
fallen. There's some really nice little abilities in this unit. He's got a spell that means that
Give it to a dead man and try to collect
they have
taxes.
to
Yeah,
use
calm down.
command points that they want to fight, which is really, really good. So you've got to get it cast. You've got to get it cast. Your opponent will know you're trying to do it. but there is a potentially game-winning little move in there. If you can stop an enemy unit from fighting because they've run out of command points, or make them use a valuable command point when they don't want to,
Just to do something they would
just to
normally
do
do for
and
free,
they
right?
normally do. That's anything that you can force your opponent to have to use resource they don't want to is
It
great.
feels like a really thematic use of Bok Mortian, right?
Yes.
He's the sort of the master of the bone tide. He's one who tallies
Excuse
it
me.
all, and here he is, sort of bringing it back
Nah.
to the battlefield. There are only two things in life that are completely inevitable: is death and taxes. In this box is both of them. Speaking of death, this is the Death Battle Tome OCR Bone Reapers. It contains everything you would expect to find in a battle tome. So it's full of brilliant lore about the Ossiarch Bone
You telling me the
Reapers,
one that says Ossiarch Bone Reapers is for the
as well as
Bone
all
Reapers?
rules
I don't
and
believe
everything,
you.
that we've talked about. They've got
Bro doesn't
a really
believe
interesting
anything.
rule available to the army, which is Relentless Discipline. I'm just touching it very briefly, but there's
Yes.
like a new little widget attached, the profile circle that you
Yep.
get. And the heroes essentially get Relentless Discipline points, which they can spend. So the Liege Mortek, this little guy here, gets 5, Nagash gets 10, and they can spend those throughout the game to gain some extra abilities. Really exciting. I've not collected any Ossiarch Bone Reapers before, and as I was sort of deep diving into this ahead of this preview, I got quite excited with the possibilities and the weird combos and things you can do. It's very exciting.
Yeah, so you've got things that basically help you out in every phase. You've got things that
Absolutely.
make you better at fighting or slightly more durable and things like that. And one of the things you want to do when you put your army together is go, how many heroes do I want so that I've got the right amount of
Yeah.
tools and of these points to spend on my units. So it definitely rewards someone with a systematic and kind of strategic approach to putting their army
If
together.
you want to get a sense of the scale of things, we've got them here. I'll put the Liege Cavalos alongside the Liege Mortek. He's already a fairly big Ossiarch Bone Reaper.
He's
you know,
taller than a Stormcast. so-
Exactly, and then the chariot is just this wonderful. So
Yeah. But both of these have got quite a lot of options and bits on them as well. So if you build either of these characters, you've got some spare bits, and
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
can customise a little bit and choose whether you want to go with a spear or a sword or which of the various headdresses and things.
and I think you could probably do some quite interesting things in terms of converting across these two models
Sure
as well.
you
If you
could,
wanted
yeah.
multiples of either.
I mean, that's what Nagash is doing, really. He's just
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
all the bones
Just
in a
to
big
keep
pile and
bashing,
building
yeah.
his own thing, right? You too could be a Lord of Death.
Perfect. Right, that is not it for the Mortal Realm server. We have another battle tome to show you that is coming out fairly soon.
Lumineth?
This is the
No.
Chaos Battle Tome,
Disciples of Siege.
and as you might expect, it contains everything you need to know about the followers of the Changer of Ways and all of his armies that are at his disposal. And it's not just a book that's coming out. We are also accompanying it.
That guy looks pretty sick.
That's like actual or
Yes, the
holy.
Fate Master is the general of the mortal
What the
armies
fuck?
of Tzeentch.
The Disciples of Siege tend to have really awesome character models.
Dude, that's like the
Wizard,
fucking
but
dude from
primarily
Seven
they are
Deadly.
leading things
The
like
Lion
your
Dude.
Tyrek acolytes and things like that into battle because this
Reminds
me
is
of
a
his aura.
Tzeentchian general.
The
they're really
aura.
fair, so a lot of their tricks and things that they bring to the battlefield are less about
can
winning
blur
in a
and
straight
twink
fight
that
and more
with
about
this guy.
deceiving
Yeah,
your
I
opponent.
suppose.
So you can use some of their abilities to
Love that
move
helmet.
your own units around the battlefield.
Yeah, the helmet's
when
fucking
the enemy
clean. That's the best part about
comes
it.
within range to try and charge your units, all of a sudden they're not there anymore. They're actually on the flank, and you can engineer some very advantageous combats. So they are.
It only
equipped
took
with
Games
units. They are
Workshop
still a
58
Chaos
years
Lord,
to
and they
realize
can
that
fight in
people
combat
prefer
very,
helmets.
effectively, but it's the tricks and the strategic.
I think most of the
that makes them really
Disciples of Siege wear helmets. At least their
Yeah,
characters do.
absolutely. And there's a new terrain piece
You're
for
lying.
these, which is just fantastic. This is the thing I'm most
Damn.
excited about for the Disciples of
That
Siege,
looks
the
cool.
Ardent Shards.
The flesh
Fantastic
obelisk.
elements, like the weirdness of Tzeentch, right, when you look at these and sort of the magic swirling around them. There's a story being told by this model which is borne out by the rules and the lore. Essentially, you see the one on the left on the screen sort of being torn apart. These drift around the battlefield. They're really useful. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But if one is destroyed, if you don't get them both, the other one will split and essentially make a new one. And so that you see it splitting apart. That's really part of its own story. It's just great.
Yeah, so they've got two abilities effectively. One of them is that if one of them is on the battlefield, you can immediately make another one in your hero phase. And if you've got them on the battlefield, you can reposition them as well. And the reason you might want to reposition them is that your wizards can use them to channel their magic through. So if you're close to one of these and you're a Tzeentchian wizard, and you've probably got loads of Tzeentchian wizards if you've got a Tzeentch army, because that's kind of the whole army, you can use these to cast your spells further than you otherwise could. And if you're playing against them, you can't get rid of them unless you kill both of them at the same time. We've got them on the table here, so you get a sense of the scale. So again, this is a fairly large infantry model. That's like larger than the Stormcast Eternal there. So they're fairly big pieces of terrain. And then
Yeah.
go back to that kind of classic Silver Tower, part of their lore. This is a little nod.
Seals when the function has fish.
He's popping up. Right.
Seals with the
Oh yeah,
function.
we were talking before about if you've got something like
Hello.
a Sun's army and
Touching
you're
you,
live.
or something, you can imagine
He's live,
these
bro.
mixed in amongst them, so
Oh.
make your battlefield look as Tzeentch
Brother,
as
why do you think
possible.
we're live in New
And that is
Delhi?
not it in terms of
I
battle
saw on
tomes,
my Discord
forthcoming for the
homepage
more
that
realms.
you
There
two
is
were in
another
a
one.
Oh, brother.
Three battle
almost
tomes.
equally magical as well.
Can I just look at
These
it?
are
Yeah, Lumineth.
What are you guys watching?
Lumineth Realm Lords.
Reveal show.
Again,
Sleep. We're watching you
everything
sleep.
you'd expect from a battle tome, updated with fantastic new lore and all of the rules and things you will need to play your games. The Lumineth Realm Lords army rules have had a shake-up, which is quite exciting. Eddie and I were talking with the team.
Big
Warhammer
elf.
Studio all about that. And we don't possibly have time to go into all of
Big
those
elf.
details here today, but we'll be covering.
Yeah, they got some big
it on
elves.
WarhammerCommunity.com. There's also a new model for them. The Lumineth Realm Lords have been really well served with battlefield wizards, but maybe not as many sort of frontline fighting heroes. So this is a
Looks good.
Benari Lord Regent.
Yeah, so the Lord Regent effectively leads your infantry phalanxes into battle. They are a very competent fighter. They're an elven lord, so they've got a very respectable combat stat line. But the real thing they bring to the battle are two special rules in terms of your game. One of them means that nearby Lumineth units, when they rally, because they are a shining example to their people, you get to roll extra dice into that, which is really useful if you're trying to bring back your models, especially when they cost so many points.
Yeah.
So every elf that joins your force is very worthwhile. The other thing they do, if you put them alongside the unit,
Oh, that's a cool alternate build.
so your big
Damn.
spear phalanx,
elves.
they can
Huh?
basically have the
Ew,
phalanx advance,
elves.
into enemy units and cause a whole bunch of mortal wounds. So your
Didn't say that shit
scary
when
lords
Uriel
are
was
even
here.
scarier.
Driving forward
Yeah,
that
just drive
spear
forward.
line.
So your spearmen can not only do mortal wounds when they fight, they can also just do it passively by existing and pushing forward into the enemy force.
Fantastic. You've seen on the screen now that the kit has
Yes.
some variants. You can build it in a couple of ways or mix and match between. Maybe get some spares. And we've got them actually on the desk in front of us if you want to have a look. The thing that I like about the sort of the difference in is that you can see this one's got like a little amphora on his back, and then this one obviously has got this sort of double banner.
Conrad
Double banner
Curse
setup.
Batman
revealed.
is definitely in this season,
Oh,
isn't
I tell you what. Yeah,
Conrad Kurz is dead.
That's good.
Conrad
So
Curse
there we go.
revealed, bro. They brought him back.
He's been dead for 8,000 years at this
Lumineth
point.
Realm
They brought him
We've got some
back.
questions
They
that have been
brought
flooding
him
in through the
back.
chat.
Don't
and
do on
Actually,
me.
the first question really hits near my heart. It says from Prime Chatmandu. It says, "Do you ever get nervous when you're touching Evermore miniatures?" Let me tell you, I am terrified every time I touch Evermore
it?
miniatures.
When they hand them over, they sort of scowl.
Yeah, well,
so we're not really allowed to.
Each of these represents like dozens, if not hundreds, of hours of
Those
work
who
right,
goon
by
or
the best
whatever.
painters in the world, and they need to be treated that way. The first ever battle report I played years and years ago, I dropped the hell cannon, and I've always been nervous about it ever since. Next question is, can I use, and it's talking about the Liege Mortec, this is from Priminist
America.
Can I use this as a MOE proxy? I think you mean Master of
Yeah.
Executions, and I think you need to do...
God, if only Games
to
Workshop was
do
an
that.
American company,
But
they'd
that's it.
actually be
Doing kit
decent.
bashing is half the fun of this hobby, right? I'm looking at all those regulars and just imagining...
Would they be, bro?
So, yeah, maybe...
They'd be a good American company.
Always good for a fun
It
question.
wouldn't be Valve. They're not even just, the Valve is an American. Only Game Duel is.
Yeah, actually, Steam.
Well, I would argue
Where are they?
Yeah,
They're in like.
that is
I
one.
think the Sunstealer was
Name
No,
it.
fast,
no, they work in like.
probably, but
in Europe,
it's tortoise
I'm pretty
hair,
sure.
isn't it?
Who?
You probably get bored about half the
Wow.
stuff.
Never gonna
No, their headquarters are in Washington, Seattle.
Perfect. Look, that was all a bit of
Oh,
fun.
yeah,
Thank
right.
you for keeping your questions coming in.
I could have sworn, for
we're
some
gonna
reason, I
go
could have
now
sworn they
Mortal
were.
Realms.
I mean, they have servers,
A very
like,
unusual place,
but their headquarters are in America.
Keep the theme of elves.
Elf Blood
and we go
Bowl.
to Blood Bowl. So, time for us to talk a little bit about the latest Blood Bowl team to approach the gridiron. These are the Calidor Dragons, and I got some things to say. This is a classic
love
team
Blood
which
Bowl.
has been like around for a very long time, and now it is redone and updated in plastic for the modern era. Season 3 of Blood Bowl launched just recently, and I'm really excited for these. I think this might be the last of the classic teams that we're waiting to see.
Could be right.
Anyway, if you know the Calidor Dragons, you might know what to expect, but they have 4 positionals, and each of them fills a very specific role within the Blood Bowl game. So the first up is the Dragon Princes. So they are essentially the show stealers of the gridiron for the Calidor Dragons. Incredibly skilled players. They've got a fantastic stat line. They have great rules as well. So in addition to block, which you'd expect, because these guys kind of fill the role of a blitzer, but they also have steady footing, 6+, and you don't get knocked down. So you can use that against any of the circumstances which might come up. They also are penalised by a little rule which is known as My Ball, means they can never give the ball away no matter what.
Don't like sharing.
So the trick with this is to burst through the enemy pitch, get down the field, and then get the ball to this guy. So he doesn't have to give it away, he can just go and score a touchdown instead. Next up, we have the White Lions. The High Elf team is a little bit different to some in that it doesn't really have a catcher archetype. Instead, you've got the White Lions, which are another blitzer almost. They don't have block, but they do have wrestle, which is a very good skill to make sure that you don't get stuck with a turnover if a tackle goes weird and you both get knocked down.
If you're both lying down.
Oh, lying down, my word. The claw is not just symbolic. They have the claw's special rule, and what that means is that they never need more than an 8+ to bust the armor when you're making the armor roll, having successfully hit somebody.
So there you go and
really
kill that
useful.
player
The
type
third of
player.
those sort of skilled positionals are the Phoenix Warriors. The Phoenix Warrior really fills the role of
Yeah, that is the beauty of Blood Bowl.
The best throwers on the Blood Bowl.
Weapons are only confiscated after the play is finished.
Fantastic stat line, really great at making sure the ball goes where you need it.
Killed that man
They have
over there,
those throwing
across the
skills
table.
you'd
Yep,
expect.
yeah, right there.
Also,
Yeah,
they
exactly.
have Cloud Burst, which is so good. Essentially, Cloud Burst gives you a real advantage in that when you lob that ball, the enemy can't make intercept rolls against you. So imagine your Dragon Prince has burst through, he's far down the field, you just one nice clean lob shot all the way down the pitch, and nobody can catch it instead. It's great.
What I love about all of these miniatures is that they look like the Blood Bowl incarnations of the classic
Absolutely so,
old
right?
world units. So like the Phoenix Guard, the White Lions, the Dragon Princes, they just look exactly like those, but in shorts.
Yeah, exactly. So lots of calves and thighs on display, but otherwise it is just pure Blood Bowl fun. Right, this is the fourth position.
That's the
They're
only
High Elf
original
linemen.
thing
In some
America
ways, the
has
linemen are the boring part of your Blood Bowl
given
team, but High Elf
positively to
linemen
the
are
world.
really good.
Probably.
Let's not beat around the bush. They've got great stat lines.
Football.
They've got decent armor. They've got no skills to
The
speak
American
of.
version, not the
But
one
they're
that
reliable.
they turned into
The only
soccer.
downside is that
Yes.
65,000, I think it is, to recruit them. You don't get a massive team. I started my Blood Bowl time.
It's definitely an elite
killing
finesse
myself.
team.
Yeah.
I
What?
am
So
on
you've got to
live.
get everything
Oh,
active
in my
grab,
like
in my
to,
grab.
I
In my
guess
grab,
we need
of
these
course.
to do some of the heavy
In
lifting,
hightail.
maybe making tackles or
Oh, in hightail, in
No,
hightail.
no, in real life.
the
No,
kit
you're not.
also contains
What? No!
I'm
also
dead.
contains the balls,
Man, I'm
return and reroll markers and everything that you
Man,
would
I'm
expect
dead.
for you
Man, I'm
to,
dead.
Mark in play. And there'll be a Spike journal that comes out alongside all of this when it releases, which is full of all of the stories and the lore behind it and information about different High Elf teams and all of that good stuff.
And dice and a pitch and all that jazz as well.
Yeah, I think you talked a little bit about how they key into sort of the classic imagery of the High Elves. I think one of the things that I really like is that bleeds into the rules in a way. The Dragon Prince is extremely arrogant.
They're like your shock
The-
troops that
Exactly.
goes to the
And
middle.
the White Lion, they were monster hunters traditionally, right? And so, like,
So
that
if the
claw
enemy's
rule-
got a troll, you're like,
Exactly.
you're going down troll.
That claw rule lets them go in and bust open Chaos Warrior armor or whatever it might be. Yeah, really great. Very exciting to see these finally reach the gridiron. And there we go. That is your Blood Bowl section. Pretty exciting. Coming to a pitch near you.
Warhammer Rugby be like.
Next up, it says,
Yeah, pretty much.
we have a little bit of an animation clip to show some people.
Yeah, absolutely. So next up we have a new clip from Penitence, which is the new Warhammer 40,000 animation on its way for Warhammer Plus very soon. Here are the first 2 minutes of that show.
God damn, 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
I said fuck it, put the whole episode out.
Yes, put all 25 minutes on. I don't remember what this one is about. I read it, but I don't remember. It's like something happens.
Doesn't nothing happen though? Always bet on
Nothing ever happened.
Yeah, nothing ever happens. You should know this by now.
Do we need another show about Sisters of Battle?
Guys, I think we need another show about Sisters of Battle, guys.
I think I should hurt you, like, in some sort of way. Torture?
Sisters of Middle.
Possibly?
They're, what, Argent Shroud? That is my favorite order. They look the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She will
Okay.
mark Vision 4 as a
Fair enough.
shrine
Yeah, we
Fair
just
enough,
for real.
Not fair enough. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hope. The foulness of the orcs shall be driven from this place.
Oh my god, is this the planet that Zagstruck took over and replaced all the faces with himself on all the Imperial, like,
Will not fail.
statues?
For to do less would be to fall
Possibly.
short of what our
Oh
elders
shit. I'm gonna have to lock in.
You know that meme where it's like, that. It's
Mickey Mouse is a narcissist.
yeah. Have you seen the Mickey Mouse clubhouse, bro? It's literally his head.
Bro's made his literal home his head, bro.
So
So
arrogant.
no head. So no head, bro.
Yeah, so no head. Also, Arvis Lighter mentioned.
Guys, I think everything's going okay in this animation, guys. Everything's good.
What do you mean? Nothing's happening.
Nothing's even happening. Everybody's okay. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it. Everyone's fine. Yeah, just dumb show over. Thank you.
Eddie,
Yeah,
that
unmute
was
it.
awesome. What can you tell us about Penitence?
You muted it, bro.
New animation on its
Obnoxious
way for
noise
Warhammer Plus.
slop.
This is an Adeptus
That
sorority.
just doesn't even
You're
mean
obnoxious
anything.
noise slop, bro. Everything.
You don't know the truth
everything
about
that comes out of
obnoxious
your
noise
mouth
slop,
is
noise
obnoxious
slop,
noise
noise
slop, bro.
Found a new shrine world. They haven't
You only
used
like it
the
because
relic,
it's good.
They have to get it to the shrine world.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why do you like it, dude? It's only because it's good, bro. Wow, wow, true.
You only like good slop.
Yeah. Quality slop.
Let's hop on the good slop, yeah.
The orcs in this are snakebite orcs. which
No,
are
so it's
cool.
not
We've seen
Zag Strucks,
snakebite orcs
guys,
in animation
damn.
before. Snakebites, of
just
course,
saw-
famous
holy
for bringing
shit.
along gribbly squiggly beasts with them, and I can confirm there is a squig in this animation.
Nice.
Oh,
so we both
peak.
get both a cyber sheriff and a squid in Penitence.
Absolutely spoiled, yeah.
Living the dream. When does it arrive?
So this is on its way in February. The first episode.
Bro,
is
what is wrong with you?
animation with the first one.
Again, noise
So
slop, bro.
not very long to wait.
Fantastic. So if you are not familiar with Warhammer TV,
Bro's geeked,
it's
yeah.
available
He's
through the Warhammer
geeking.
Plus
Bro,
subscription.
you're-
and it gives you access
If
to
you're
loads of
geeking,
animations,
you're
and,
free.
don't
You're
even.
free.
made by the team
Well,
in-house,
calm
Bro,
down.
you're
gaming
free.
and lore and all
If
that
you're
stuff.
geeking, you ain't
So,
freaking.
If you want to watch this as it comes out,
If
make sure
you ain't
get yourself a
freaking,
subscription and join in. It's gonna
You
be
geek.
Geeking.
nice one.
Mm.
Right. So there were some questions in the Blood Bowl.
Ah.
Clap,
I
clap,
got
clap.
hold
With
of
the
later,
fucking
and my favourite
mm.
question was custodians when.
You
well,
ain't freaking,
I'd like to tell you when.
you
We're going to go
geeking.
to
Mm.
all the way back to the 18th
Oh,
century
oh,
with
oh,
Hey, new custodies.
Oh, did they finally give me the gun guy? No, they didn't. Like,
Huh,
my
just
God, the
updated
custodian
custodian guard. Oh, plastic grav tank. That's what we really wanted. And grav carry. Oh, and plastic Venatari. And the plastic dreadnoughts. Okay, yeah. It's peak.
Aura.
They made their helmets even taller.
How could this be?
so excited by everything that we just saw there. We have the forces of the Legio Custodians for the Horus Heresy. Everything in that video we're going to
This
talk about.
motherfucker
Let's
is
start with
not
what you see
real.
on the screen right now.
So this is a boxer's anime.
Yeah,
You're the sole bad guy?
The Legio Custodians Battle
I'm
Group,
the
what?
sole
and
bad
this
guy,
is
bro.
coming out as
What
part of
do you-
the
what do you
launch.
mean
Everything
by-
in this is
what
a
is
new
it?
plastic
You're
miniature.
the only one. Like you're the
And
soul,
it
like the
just
sole
looks
survivor
incredible.
from Fallout.
Yeah,
You've got
yeah,
two
yeah.
sodalities of custodians. You've got a dreadnought.
God, Custodians
I'm
look so
scrolling through.
good.
I'm
and
scrolling
a
through
graph
Game
tank. Let's
Banana
talk about
for,
those in detail. These, of
for
course, are the
season
custodian guard sodalities.
I see.
This is a custodian guard
And there's,
sodality. They are the
Potemkin
archetypal
over,
image
Seed
of a
Senior.
custodian. They are
Amazing.
towering guardians, each one with a guardian spear,
Hatsune Miku
able
for,
to
Wait,
chop
it's only
the
for
enemy
Horus
into
Heresy?
combat and blast them apart at range.
Brother, come on.
They
Fucking
are
listen up.
plastic kit. A slight
fault.
readjustment, I suppose, of the proportions of the custodians.
Also,
Because
why-
they
they're just
recognize
custodian
the
guard.
custodians that you know and
You
love,
could use
the
these in
guardians
40K.
of the Emperor. And still in the Horus Heresy
Yeah,
at this
it's gonna
point,
be secret
successful.
cheers. You might as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They haven't dropped the ball yet. The kit is, as I said, it was multi-part plastic. There's some options in there. You've got these high plumed helmets that you can see.
Bro
here.
did not
There's
say
some
it was
bare
multi-part
heads in the
plastic.
kit.
He
You can
literally
build
said
your
this is
models,
cement.
whether they're willing to
So
use
he's
it on
just
the face or not,
lying.
that's your choice. And then there's option for the Vexilla in there, so you can carry proud standard of Imperial rule.
Yeah, you've also
That
got all the Misericordias.
Actually, it's
as
made
you
of
know,
uranium.
absolutely.
That could be cancer.
It's made of like
daggers,
yeah, it's made of like
They're just-
depleted
they're just
uranium
dripping in
ore.
all the power
Nope.
and the power that you'd expect from the Emperor's most.
Void Stodies.
Here you can see some of the different heads.
It's
that are
actually made of
available to
pure
the,
tungsten,
kit.
and you're gonna have
So
to
you can
use
do
a
mixture
forklift to
or
bring
all
it
one
into
style,
your
whatever it is that suits you really.
Yeah, no, they look really good. A lot more ponderous.
For me, this is the
Ponderous.
quintessential image
Yes.
of the
That's a
Legio
word.
Custodians, right? These like serried ranks of sort of spear wielding golden.
What the fuck is that thing? Dude, why do their faces look so weird now?
Battle group box set though. You also have Sentinel Guard.
Why do you-
Did they change the face sculpting? Like the way they do face sculpting?
These look
No, not that the Custodians have particularly good heads. I like that guy's head.
Effectively battle line unit
Yeah, that one's good.
custodians. A normal custodian, such a word can be used to describe it.
And these are your sword and
These
board.
ones are a little bit more defensive and a little bit less killy, but every custodian is a master of death and very, very durable. These ones have shields, which in the games of Horus Heresy can allow them to
The worst part
use,
of Custodians is
shield
they're all
special
fucking
weapons, more
assholes.
durable against insect fire.
They're just great. And so
I love the garbage truck just making so much noise outside.
Ask him to
Wait,
ask him to
let
stop.
me see
it.
on your screen, see if it's getting picked up.
I have my audio monitoring. I closed the window.
Captain, I am unapologetic.
Or you should just ask them to quiet down, see what they say.
Shut the
This is
fuck.
incredible. The level of detail that they've captured on it is so good. It comes with a couple of options. Here you can see the helmeted head and the unhelmeted head. I really like that golden laurel wreath.
God, I
that's sort of
love the
woven
USA.
into her hair. If you don't know about Custodian Shield Captains, these are essentially a top tier fighter on the battlefront.
Battlefront mentioned.
Anything up to and probably including the first captains of the Space Marine Legions. If you're not a Primarch, it is not a pushover, and even if you are, be careful.
Yeah, a shield captain backed up by a squad of custodians can happily take on a Primarch level character, and up against anything.
Ooh, the pale spear.
Unless you've got a very, very impressive sword of some sort, you're definitely going to come out on the wrong side of that fight. The miniature is absolutely
He gets pale when she
dripping in
uses
detail.
my
I
spear,
think one of
bro.
the things you can just see in
Oh,
the
fuck.
rotating image there
Kill
is
yourself.
the text on the inside of the shield.
Yeah,
Yeah, so one of the concepts of
In
custodians,
Minecraft.
Generally is that they write their honor name inside their armor, and the idea here being that the titles that this warrior has achieved throughout their career has been so extensive that the achievements have gone beyond their armor and onto the shield itself.
Yeah, absolutely. A really fantastic model, and I wonder if we'll be talking about this as one of the models of the year this time next year. There's more inside this battle group than we've shown you so far. We go to the vehicles. So first of all, you have the Custodian Dreadnought.
Sword board, dreadnought.
There's two variants. You can choose which one you're going to build.
Ah! Oh my God, I just got fucking-
Is
oh.
the Contemptor
Sword
Achilles
board.
Oh, that looks so.
Board.
It is equipped with
so
an
sexy.
extended war spear, which is
The war.
like the length of 3 men.
Of the
It's
gore.
just a giant guardian spear.
Yeah,
basically, isn't
absolutely.
it? If
And
you
it's in
put inside a
plastic.
dreadnought and you've been a custodian, you're like, I really like stabbing people with a spear. Can I continue to do that? And the answer was a firm yes.
Yeah, and it's phenomenally dangerous. Big damage.
Me
It
talking to
can,
my,
it's got armor bane,
officer
so
in
vehicles
command,
are in real trouble.
about commanding war
For me,
tanks.
this is my favourite
Yes.
of the two.
Can I
I'll show
kill
you
that
one in a
civilian?
second. But look at
Can
the
I
pose.
continue
you've
stabbing
got on it.
people with
It's
spears?
really
And the answer is an
poseable.
absolute yes.
They've made the most of the sort of multi-part plastic functionality that this kit enables to give you something really special.
Can I destroy this
The,
entire community
Contender
of
dreadnoughts,
people?
all of the
Yeah,
Contender
sorry.
dreadnoughts.
Bro, what are you on about?
Have been available in
I'm
Resin before, obviously,
playing Warcraft.
and they've always been kind of highly posable. None of that posability has been lost in the transition to plastic, and actually, it's now an even easier material to work with. And you've got more.
They do look
options
so
and ways of
good.
Building, so you can include half a dozen of these dreadnoughts in your army if you wanted to, and every single
Fuck,
one.
dude, what I really want is the, you know, the
Let's look at
custodians.
the other one that's in. So this is
It's just a
Galaxy
custodian
Dreadnought.
guard, but they're the.
I
Again,
think this one's my favourite. I
The
think
god-
he looks
they have, like,
absolutely
Sagittarium.
something about a dreadnought with a massive
Sagittarium?
shield and a massive sword.
Yeah.
That just absolutely works.
Something like that, yeah. I want
And
them
it
in
mirrors
plastic.
the
That's all
two
I wanted.
different
Something
core
like
unit
that.
types with
I know what I'm
the-
talking
You've got one
about.
with the spear, the more aggressive
something
one,
like
you've got
that,
one
bro.
with the
We got
the
Venatori.
shield and the sword,
Don't be
the more
greedy.
defensive one. So if you wanted to, you
I'ma
could
be
pair
greedy,
them up,
bro,
right?
and you
could have
can't
the shield
stop
on,
me.
walk around
It'll be
with your shield
kinda cool.
custodies and your spear one go alongside the warriors.
No, no, no,
Yeah, the
no.
Contemptor Galatus,
no, no, no.
Warblade.
Bro, actually, shut up.
Nothing.
Sorry.
I think to bear in mind about these is every
No, I'm
dreadnought
not.
is piloted by like a
I hate
fallen
you.
warrior, right? That is entombed within the sarcophagus.
I don't know.
Just bear in mind that
Bro,
the
we
warrior
gonna
that was
hurt
piloting
you.
this was a custodian,
Snuffle
the
up-
absolute
snuffle up
fighting
against-
elite of the Imperium, handpicked.
Dude, they lowered my
created by
meds
the Emperor.
dosage, right?
Yeah.
These
That's
are
why.
really, really
Oh, no,
dangerous
that-
on the table.
that's just-
In
I gotta
addition
be
to all
to
that
it.
armor, they're phenomenally skilled
So
warriors
they
still.
first.
Yeah, a very, very good stat line. They can wade into whole phalanxes of.
But CVS
space
was like,
marines.
okay, like we don't actually
Yeah.
have your meds,
They
so you
look-
gotta wait like a couple
The
days,
final
and
thing
then they're
that's
like, we
inside
have
that custodian
meds, but we
battle
only have
box
2/3 of the
is
fucking
this is
pills.
the
So
Caladius
it's like, bro,
Annihilator grav tank. We'll talk more about
I
other
hate
grav
CVS
tanks in a minute.
pharmacy.
But essentially,
Yeah.
think of this as a main battle tank for the Legio Custodes force. It is equipped with an Arachnus Blade Blaze Carronade, which is the sort of double-barreled weapon you see on top. This is a devastating ranged weapon with 2 fire modes, the first of which is anti-tank, you're thinking 2 shots at strength 10, just blasting
Armor
vehicles
Bane.
apart. Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely. And then it's
Their
ultimate
tanks
fire
look
mode,
good.
multi-shot, and is great at gunning down heavier infantry.
Yeah.
So I think that we were talking about before, and I think you made a really good point of, was stuff in the Legio Custodes force needs to often do 2 things.
They look cool, but they look
'cause
kind
you're
of
almost
goofy.
always outnumbered,
Yeah.
both in terms of
You
how
look
big the
kinda
units
goofy.
are,
Yeah,
but
you
also
look
in terms of
kinda
how many
goofy.
units
Yeah,
you have
this
on
is
the
true.
battlefield. So it's not enough.
This is
You've got a
true
unit
and
that's
real.
very good at killing tanks.
I'm a goofy
It might
goober,
also need to
yeah.
do some double duty
We're
to
all goofy
you know,
goobers.
pitch into the battle
Yeah.
against enemy heavy infantry or support your units, whichever
Sorry.
thing is currently getting
Yeah, you should
challenges.
be. I'll go.
So most units in the Custodian army are quite
gonna
good
jump.
at several things.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Do a flip.
Those are the
Yeah.
units that make up the Custodian Guard battle group that we've shown
did
at
it.
the
I
start.
jumped and I
there
did a
are
flip.
more units coming along the way.
Yeah, that'll be
also
the
all
first
plastic.
thing you can buy. That'll be the,
Absolutely.
if you want to go all in for a new Custodian army, that'll be the first thing. But your reinforcements are hot on their heels.
Exactly so. So next is the Caladius Grav Tank. It is very similar to the Caladius Annihilator Grav Tank. It's just not an Annihilator. Instead, it has an Iliastus accelerator cannon on its roof.
Yeah.
Think Sikaran battle tank from the Space Marine Legions, if you know the setting and you know the war gear, is similar but upgunned version of that kind of weapon. So decent fire rate, gonna maul medium and light vehicles and pretty much any infantry you put in front of it. This is a big, heavy-duty tank.
Yeah, it's another great option for a line battle tank. You won't get many tanks in a Custodian army just because everything costs so many points, but there's certainly a place for one of each of these in a 3,000 point force.
Yeah, absolutely. Sticking on the theme of the Grav tanks, we have the biggest of all of them, which is the Coronis Grav Carrier. This thing is enormous. We've got one on the desk in front of us, we'll show you in a minute.
The Custodes
but
Rhino.
Essentially, this is big enough that it can carry an entire sodality of Custodian Guard and an accompanying hero.
Yeah, you get a kind of a sense of how big it is there because you can see the Custodians next to it. Remember that those are Terminator-sized miniatures, so this is a big old tank.
It really is.
They finally
it's
killed
not
me, bro.
unarmed as well.
Holy
You can see the
crap.
guns on it, but the one to talk about maybe is the Neutronium Cascade Projector.
Sounds cool.
We'll tell you more about that another time, but essentially it's a powerful gun in its own right. So in addition to disgorging the most elite fighting units in the galaxy onto the tabletop, it's also hosing you with devastating fire.
And all of these are plastic as well. This is
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
huge plastic kit.
Yeah, huge.
Additionally,
It's
you
big
might have
as
seen
hell.
in the video that we saw before, you have the Venetari Sodality. So these are elite hunter-killer strike troops within the Legio Custodes, borne aloft on these sort of gold wings, on contrails of fire, diving deep into the heart of the enemy.
Yes, this is your kind of rapid strike, fast attack choice for the Legio Custodes. You've got a couple of options there. You've got the spear, or you've got the buckler and pistol. Both of those are very lethal. They also all come as standard with Misericordia and effectively like ancient grenades from a bygone era that are more powerful than even things like the melter bombs of the Space Marine Legions.
Yeah, these are some dangerous guys. The kinetic destroyers, which is the sort of handgun-looking thing you can see, is a really powerful hand cannon. Basically, the Tarsus buckler reduces the strength of incoming enemy fire. Or if you equip them with the Veritum Lance, say that fast, really great on the charge. So options a go-go for you to get
Just
the
in
most out of
case
these.
your Custodians weren't scary enough, now they're faster than everyone as well, and there's no escape.
You can see here the front. I believe that is the Neutronium Cascade Mine. So
think you're right.
delivering fun into the heart of the enemy.
I opened my
All
Instagram
of this
just
stuff,
before last
and
with the
where you
fat
find
dog.
it in the
Right.
folder, which we'll show you here. There you go. It's a big book. It's
There you go.
hardback. It's lovely. It's full of all the lore and the stories and information that you need to learn about the Legio Custodes War. I nearly adeptus them. And in addition to that, it talks about other elements.
Nearly
of the
adeptus
household.
them.
So
Yeah, so you've got the Anathema Psychana, the Sisters of Silence, and you've also got the Assassinorum.
Yeah.
So you've got all the various tools of the Imperial household, the stuff that the Emperor kept to himself on Terra as his personal army. All very, very powerful forces in their own right.
yeah, perfect. So we've got the models in front of us. It'll be fun to do a little bit of show and tell. First of all, we have a little stunt guy in the front.
Heresy
This is
Bob for scale here.
A happy little solo auxiliar, and let's just stand him alongside the shield captain for context and scale.
Just going to get you a nice close in a second, guys, just so you get a sense of how big these are.
I'll slide him back. Just something there that's touching me. Don't want to script.
Well, they actually increased the scale of Custodies.
So the
No,
custodian
no,
guard
they didn't. They made them smaller.
The
Why else would they make new Custodian Guard?
does when he's
Oh,
fighting
thank
with
God.
elite warriors. the only
Dude,
thing better, I
fucking
suppose, is the
custodians,
Primarchs.
they were just fucking tiny.
No, they were not. They came out in 2014. They towered over everything else.
And then you can see the scale.
Yeah,
of the
now
other
they don't,
ones.
though.
So you can put the little guy up alongside the ground.
Fucking Space Marine's taller than them.
Enormous. This thing is huge. If I
Barring
spin it
like
round,
long pointy top.
you can see the entrance hatch.
It's like bigger than your hand, Adam. It's,
Yeah.
it's a big old
Stuff.
thing.
So
Yeah.
it's got this really cool entrance hatch. I was looking at some frames and has detail on the inside. So I think if you're one of these modelists who likes to do this sort of thing, you might be able to like have it open or make a diorama or whatever it is you want to do. Yeah. So I think people are going to have a lot of fun with this. And
Just the size of the thing.
It is
really cool.
enormous.
What else is there to say on these? We should talk a little bit about the dreadnoughts. If you look at the sort of the chest armor on them, if I tilt them, you
Yeah,
might
so
be able to
there's a
see.
few different options on there actually. I was looking at the kits before. You've got options for things like the shoulder pads. So if you've got multiple dreadnoughts, you can have slightly different shoulder pads. There's some nice little areas for heraldry. So these ones have got some heraldic devices designed onto them. There's some different faces, I think, in the kit. You've got some different chests. You've obviously got the different weapons. So you've got loads of ways of making these really different. There's loads of detail on them. So, but a lot of it's kind of sculpted on. So you could paint them very quickly if you wanted to. If you wanted to, like, spray them gold, put a wash on them. They look pretty
You're
great.
almost ready for war.
Yeah,
at
they're
that
kind of
point,
ready.
aren't you? Yeah,
But
absolutely.
also, if you wanted to spend hours and hours and hours and make these, you know, the best model you've ever painted, they are a fine candidate for that as well. They are really, really lovely models to put your hobby hours into and get something really nice out of it. The other thing that is worth saying about a lot of these miniatures is they will obviously have some dual purpose in Warhammer 40,000 as well.
Absolutely.
So
Thank
if
you.
have an
That's what I was
additional
waiting
Custodian's
for.
Army, things like the Dreadnoughts obviously are already a data sheet.
I want to pick up some of those custodian guards because they got lady custodians in there.
Guardian Spears and with
Oh,
shields
dude, you
and
want your strong muscle,
shield
mommy?
captains as well. So
Can you
lots of these, if you
keep
want
it above
to
belt?
Warhammer 40,000 Army, there's
Not
absolutely
fault,
no-
yeah. You want your strong muscle, daddies?
So we're
Yes.
not done with the Horus Heresy. Obviously,
I forgot, my fault, dude.
Genesis
My fault.
Starpiece. So first up, we have.
I had to make it more Ethan accurate.
Yeah.
Super heavy tank. You were really excited.
I
about this
think this is my favourite. This is my favourite super heavy.
Big
And I
blade.
think it's mostly because
What's up? I like mine.
there's something about
It's a
it
cool
that's
looking gun, isn't
like
it?
Dude,
intrinsically
what did you-
heresy
oh
for
my
me.
God.
And this is the largest plastic volkite gun we have ever seen.
Czechoslovakia.
Not counting things like stuff on Titans that we might have seen in epic scale.
Yeah,
in
in
the
tiddly
past.
tiny scale.
But it is an absolutely enormous tank. It is obviously the Bellblade is the same chassis, but this has, I think, a cooler looking gun. Although I know you're a big fan of.
So
the
Bellblade is the one for me, but I can't deny the coolness of this. The panning
I
shots
forgot
that you're getting
Iron
now
Warriors
really
for
just
the
show how
main
cool
focus
and
of
detailed
Force
this
Heresy
model
this year.
is, right? That
Yeah,
camera is
it was
so close
Salamanders
to
and Iron
and
Warriors.
it just looks
Yeah.
just crisp and brilliant and exciting.
forgot that came out.
This one, of course, painted in Iron Warriors colours.
Yes, well-
it also looked equally good in the other 17 available colours.
Yeah, I would think so. Better maybe in the colours of the first, I think. But, you know, who am I to judge? It is a Volkite carronade, if you're wondering. It's just an enormous gun that will deflagrate your enemy should you so
Great
desire.
words, great special rule.
It's not the only Astartes tank available. There was also
Ah,
the return
no Whirlwind.
of a stalwart of the Legiones Astartes and indeed the Space Marines of Portugal.
I like how beefy
as well,
that
with
missile
the
launcher is.
Whirlwind missile tank.
I like how
There's something
square
just
it's meant
kind of lovable about the Whirlwinds.
You'd really like
this is
Imperial
a-
vehicles. They're all just
It's
squares.
got a very useful little.
Even their
piece of
planes are
useful
squares.
stuff for you in the game. This is a long-range artillery support.
They'll
piece
be like,
that
"Why
can,
so square?"
reach enemy units where
Why are you so
missiles
square?
can't get to them.
Square.
Lots of the different missiles you can give it have morale sapping effects, basically.
Yeah,
so
so
it's a debuffing
If you put
piece
so
of artillery.
it comes with explosive standard. You upgrade those missiles to Pyrax if you want. At which point you can literally just drive people off of objectives by causing panic. Fantastic for shifting hard to move. You know, when normally you're trying to kill dozens and dozens of models to claim objectives, whereas
If
land
they
one of those
make them
shells
walk
on it
off
and
it,
just,
then you can
make
just
them
hit
give
it.
it to you.
We were talking before, this is obviously painted up in the colours of the Imperial Fists. We thought it was quite amusing that it's done as a Templar,
Yep.
because they're obviously the
Yeah,
keenest
it
usually
is.
to get into close combat.
You can imagine how that went. It's like, my Lord Dawn, I'm now a Templar brother, and I'm itching to serve. He's like, sit in this at the back, please.
Oh, maybe a punishment, perhaps.
Maybe he just likes Sigismund too much. Who knows? It is fantastic, and we're very excited for it. Where will you find all the information you need for these? Well, thankfully, there is a new Journal Tactica on the horizon. It's called Mailed Fist, and it details the Legiones
Bro,
of
what?
heavy tanks.
Bro, they said
lots
shud.
of lore, organisation charts, and information on how they were fielded, the operations that they
Gotcha.
fulfilled, that sort of thing,
Yeah, I
as
see.
well as some rules,
I
including
think
the
that's
rules
shud
of
intro.
Whirlwind.
Absolutely.
I had to spread hate
and
for the
those of you with eagle eyes may have spotted there is
just
one
here.
Ultramarine
There we
in this
go.
preview.
Ultramarine
Yeah, there we go.
We-
Ultramarine in the
we are
preview.
actually
We're up.
obligated to include at least one Ultramarine Space Marine in every preview, and you can see him there about to be crushed.
I was like,
under
thank
the
God it's a devil.
uncompromising wheel. of the Iron Warriors.
If he's not dead yet, he will be soon. Perfect. So,
God, I love that
was
shade of
great.
blue on
Loads
Ultramarines.
of stuff for the Horus Heresy.
The current,
We're
like
gonna
the
quickly dive
normal,
into the
like the
questions
shade they
and
use
see,
now for like all their
where
shit. I
we
hate.
are at. Right, so we've got will the Custodians be playable in
Yeah,
Warhammer 40,000? That's from
I'm
Blood of
just
Dead.
very
We've covered
I
that
think you
particular
sort
one.
of covered that one.
Loads of those
Yeah.
models will be, and it's
Yeah.
really worth saying again, if it's got a analogous unit in Warhammer 40,000, by all means use it. If it suits you, that would be great. Will we ever see more Sisters of Silence? And the answer to that is they have rules, and all of their lore and stuff is contained within that Liber Custodes, so you can continue to build them. I hope one day we'll get more core models for them as well.
There's no new System of Silence in this particular wave of releases,
But they
there's
are very
absolutely-
much catered for.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason that we wouldn't in the future, and they absolutely feature in the rules in this expansion.
And the question is, can you tell us how many heads there were? I probably could have done, but I've forgotten because it's been quite a long
easy.
preview. I think
How
you
many
get
heads for-
how many bear heads? I think you get
Hey, what
enough
do they do
to
for
do
you,
all
guys?
of the models helmeted.
I think you
or
do, yeah.
bear.
So if you want an entire squad in helmets, you can do it that way. If you want an entire squad in bear heads, you can do it that way as well, I think.
Perfect. But don't make your buying decision based on what I said right now because I might be
Yeah.
wrong.
I got a question earlier on that I actually got wrong.
Oh,
I
go
just wanted
on.
to revisit. So somebody asked if the Corsair unit was able to join, Huron's bodyguard was able to join another unit. I said it wasn't. It is, in fact, able to
Nice.
join another unit. So,
Perfect.
sorry.
And the last question, this is from Love George, and the question is, in relation to the tank, is this plastic? Everything we've shown in this entire preview is in plastic, so I don't know which tank you meant, but the answer is yes. The Coronis Grav Carrier, both the tanks, the Super Heavy, all of it, it's plastic all
Do
the
you
way
want to
around.
just get a shot of the
Oh,
grab
yeah.
carrier next to...
The scale of the thing is
Yeah.
quite fun, isn't it? So try not to scrape.
Yeah, I mean, it's
them
practically a
work
super
against each
heavy.
other. So I'm going to put them so they're sort of end to end. You can get a sense of how big they are if we get the camera on those. It is very nearly super heavy size. the
It's
Coronas.
really not far off. It's certainly not quite as bulky, perhaps.
I
as
think
the
they might
Space
travel
Marines.
in more comfort. Than
They
the,
definitely do,
than
yes.
the,
They have a bit more space
Space Marines.
inside there, perhaps.
Fantastic.
But it's a big old tank, certainly.
Right, there we go. We are not quite done yet. We did promise you that we would return to the grim darkness of the far future.
Teaser for
Now
11th,
with
maybe?
A little teaser.
Oh, I was right.
Has it been 3 years?
Yeah, all the codexes are out. That's the new Defiler and the Iron Warriors upgrade.
Oh, fucking love Iron Warriors. Protobapo, hi.
Yeah, Iron Warriors and
Well, that was a tease, wasn't it?
So that could mean almost anything.
It could. All we know is that the reign of iron approaches, and some of you may have been able to form your own opinions on things that maybe were being hinted at with hazard stripes and sort of burnished silver armor. Who knows?
Some of you may have had a brain.
Again, hop over to
Which what Bro said.
warhammercommunity.com.
Pretty much,
There's an
yeah.
article appearing there. If it's not already there, it'll be very soon, and you can maybe glean a few more bits of information.
Like some of you may have,
That
used
brings us
mental
to the
facilities
end of our
to
preview. If you've enjoyed this
to
and you want
think.
more Warhammer for tonight, over in the US at Palm Springs right now there is a Warhammer Open event taking place where there's fantastic games of Warhammer being played all weekend.
yeah, it's over
As soon
here,
as
huh?
we're done here,
Yeah.
we're going to throw back to the team out there who will
Dude, I-
commentate
dude,
on
take-
the
dude,
games of Warhammer.
they're actually-
I
dude,
believe. So
Game
jump
Workshop is
aboard
such
and
a
have look
fucking
at what's going on
scam
there,
company,
by all
bro. Dude,
means.
tickets are like
Really,
100-something
I guess
bucks.
is to,
Damn.
thanks to everybody who
Yeah,
made
man.
this work.
That's just a go.
We've
It's
got
like
a team
play.
of people who've operated all the cameras and all the streaming equipment and covered up your questions. Thank you to all of you. Eddie, thank you for your company and making this work.
All right, Adam, I didn't have plans tonight
What
otherwise. So
is
it's been fun.
going
And the
on,
most important people to
bruh?
thank all of you who've chosen to spend a little bit
Yeah,
of time doing this.
Good
Excited about
reveals.
Warhammer as we are and joining in on this preview. It has been a delight. We'll be back in a couple of months with the next preview, I think.
I think we're planning to do something from Adepticon in
Very
March.
excited about
Yeah,
it.
that's obviously
So,
where we're going to
until
see
then,
11th.
Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been a delight, and we will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.
Chris said that's obviously where we're going to see 11.
All right, bro. I'm coming to your house and I'm going to give you a nice
Promise
dinner.
you.
All right, that was a fun